All right. Hello, everybody. It's time for the
Hey,
Black Belt Newscast. We are live on the Friday after Thanksgiving. I'm
yeah.
Cindy. I'm the publisher.
I'm Todd Prater, staff writer.
All right. And so we're at our respective, you're at your house. I'm in
Yeah,
Tuscaloosa with family.
I was
I'm
in
with the
Birmingham with
Black
family
Belt.
yesterday. So, if had we done this yesterday, I would have done it from my mom's house.
So actually, I haven't had my turkey day yet. We're doing it later today. So
Oh, cool. Okay.
I
Well,
know everybody's doing it different. So
what time is dinner? What time is the turkey?
four.
Good, I'll be there.
All right. There's plenty to go around, right? So yeah, happy Thanksgiving to everybody and
Yeah,
Black
happy
Friday.
Thanksgiving.
I actually did do some Black Friday shopping this morning.
Oh, wow. You braver than I am. I don't do that.
It's kind of fun to be amongst the people and the hustle bustle of Christmas and to get the deals and to knock out Christmas shopping as quickly as you can.
That's cool. That's a good point right there.
Yes, so we have a lot of actually some meaty stories to talk about this week. Every
Yeah.
story that we talk about is at blackbeltnewsnetwork.com, and that is our uh, big website where we put everything we've got going on. And we also have a newsletter that comes out at 3 o'clock every day. So when you go to blackbeltnewsnetwork.com, it'll ask you to sign up for the free newsletter. All of our content is free. We don't charge for our content. So sign up, get the headlines, and you'll know what's going on in your neck of the woods in the Black Belt.
Yeah.
So let's dig in and start with schools. We got the the state of Alabama Department of Education released their report card for the state schools, and Black Belt schools had some mixed reviews, but for the most part did pretty well. So let's dig in for a minute. Uh, the best performing was Demopolis City Schools, Hale County, and Marengo counties all got B's.
Oh, wow.
And in our coverage, that's kind of the best of the best in what we have. Perry County struggled the most with and had the lowest score at a D. The report card is the state's, and it came out the week before Thanksgiving, and it talks about the overall grades and it gives a numerical score for reading and English and math. Why don't you hit this one?
And they also have reading English, math, and I'm looking at right here. They also talk about the charter schools in Marion, which is part of the Perry County school system, earned a D with a score of 64. The Lowndes County schools are a grade C, and in Montgomery County schools, they got a C as well. Now, and I noticed too that Superintendent Byrd had retired or had moved before this was finished, but he was the superintendent in Selma before during the report, and
Yeah.
I'm just looking here to see that what was it? Demopolis. You said Demopolis and Hale County got the best scores. So
Right. So Selma City Schools actually got to a C, which is pretty good.
yeah, and that came
And
up.
they
Did not?
raised their scores. Dallas
Yeah.
County also got a C, a 79, which is almost a B. Demopolis Schools got a B. Wilcox got a C.
Yeah.
And
73.
yeah, so they did pretty well. And we did get there's a breakdown of comments from different schools if you go to blackbeltnewsnetwork.com and get a little idea of how the schools performed.
And there's also a
It's
link.
important to know how they're doing because
Right.
schools is how we decide whether we're going to move to a community, how the businesses are going to do.
Oh yeah. I mean, education, entertainment, all these things work together, and education being one of the strongest and most important for the economic growth and of course, the potential of an area. And as these grades go up, then the area becomes more attractive to businesses and hence
right.
people. So this is very important. And there is a link on the blackbeltnewsnetwork.com to the complete report. So
That's
you
right.
can,
You want to break down those scores yourselves and go to the different schools.
right.
And actually, on our individual stories for Selma City and Dallas County, for instance, it has the schools and how each school performed.
Right.
Hey, let's talk about gun penalties in Selma for a bit. You have been talking to the police department about efforts to put up some stiffer penalties.
Right. There have been a number of shootings in Dallas County and in Selma in particular that have been of a concern. One of them recently, I say recently, back in October, even was a juvenile who got arrested. And this obviously signals a deeper problem. So what the police department is working on and should release within the next week or so is stiffer penalties for any shooting violations. Not only stiffer penalties, but they're also going to have a zero tolerance, which means even if you are celebratory, you know how a lot of people, like on 4th of July, New Year's, they'll shoot their guns in celebration, not doing anything out of malice, but just for fun. Well, if you do that, you will be arrested and will have to go to court. They're going to stiffen the penalties so that fewer, it's going to be harder to get just a slap on the wrist. No slap on the wrist if you have a gun shooting violation at all. A lot of this is stemming from shootings that are happening in Ward 7. That, of course, Councilwoman Janie Thomas, who's been very concerned with shootings in her area. One recently, some 80 shells were recovered. A house was hit, a car was hit, and she has just said that this is not acceptable. Police Chief Fulford and the police department also says this is not acceptable. So they are going to stiffen the penalties. And again, zero tolerance. That means that if there's an officer there and sees you doing this, or if you get, somebody reports you a shooting, then you're arrested. That's
That's
no.
right. And it's good to hear that they're doing something. It seems to be it seems to be a little bit of the Wild West sometimes.
Yeah, it does sometimes. And that's, like you say, it's not acceptable. In this country, we are fortunate to have the right to bear arms. But with any right comes responsibility, and those who don't want to be responsible have to pay the penalty. And those penalties are now going to be stiffer and stiffer. And it needs to be that way. So, hats off to Selma for doing that.
So tell us a little about the healthcare forum. You got to go to this.
Yeah, I got to go down to Camden this week and sit with our Congresswoman Terry Sewell. She held a healthcare forum down at the Dorothy Nunn Senior Center. She started with a little press conference outside where she talked about some of the things that have been going on as far as making healthcare costs cheaper, particularly prescription drugs and insulin. They have put a cap on the prices so that people can afford them better, and so that you can get the necessary medications. But she also spoke about senior. It was mainly aimed towards seniors. She had a panel, and on that panel were a number of folks like Clarissa King, who is from Rural Health Medical Program, Frank Dobson from the he's developmental director of Alabama Togbee Regional Commission, Kyle McKinney, who's the public affairs specialist at Social Security Administration, and Delia Brand, who is from the Tom Bigby Regional Commission's Area Agency on Aging. And they all spoke about the different programs and resources available for seniors and things that they can get, have access to help them, especially Social Security, and talking about how, for instance, he mentioned that Mr. McKinney mentioned that Social Security is now going to an appointment-only system because walk-ins cause too many delays. And because they're working with other people and it takes a while, then people have to wait too long. So he was just mentioning these type things and telling the seniors how they can better access the services that are available. And Congresswoman Sewell said that if there are questions, she is as an advocate, her office and any of the Congress people's offices are advocates for the constituents. So to call her office, and you can look her up online and find the phone numbers for her Selma office, Birmingham, Montgomery. There's a number of different offices. And she said, call her office and, talk to somebody, and then they can advocate for you and give you more information on the services. At blackbeltnewsnetwork.com, there are links to the different agencies that were there and some of the different services and phone numbers. So check that out, and you can get all those bits of contact information.
All right. Well, last week, Selma Council President Billy Young had a teen shadow program where teens could come and learn how to how government works. They got to sit at the dais and help make decisions and learn what it's like to be a part of government. So I've got a video here from one of our correspondents.
Yeah.
And so let's take a listen.
At the end of the first Council President Shadow Program council meeting, and it was everything. The noise that you hear in the background of people who stayed back, they just won't go home. It was so fabulous. And we are here now with the creator and the designer of this program for young people, Council President Young. How do you feel about your first meeting?
I mean, I feel like an athlete after a big game. I feel like we just won the Super Bowl. I am so delighted on this Saturday afternoon having had the opportunity to see Selma's young leaders in action was truly a blessing. From the beginning to the end, to watch the young leaders be able to carry motions, to properly carry motions, then to be able to discuss different items, to disagree, but then to still move on and have some resolution after the disagreement. Also to watch them hold individuals accountable, that was impressive. And then to be able to hear out of their mouths exactly what they believe is important for Selma's future. It was just an awesome, dynamic day. And I think it's also a great shining example that we have some outstanding young people in our community. We have some young leaders that are ready to lead right now. That was proof today. So I am just happy and I am grateful for parents that allow their young people to be involved. And I'm grateful for everybody that worked with them to make sure this is a success. And I've got to thank Miss Nikki and Ellison, who really helped a whole lot to make sure this program was successful.
And thank you too. We need more of this. And I don't know if you have determined your next meeting or not. Will we know later when your next meeting is?
I don't know what it is yet. We're going to get through the holidays.
Okay.
The month of December, but we're going to do something in January. But what we're going to do is this was the first class. And so we're going to get started on the second class, the beta class. So they will be starting hopefully sometime next year. So applications are going to go out sometime early 2025. So everybody to look out for that. We've got some finishing up activities with this group. And then in the meantime, we'll be getting ready for the next group to come in.
I think that's great.
I do
think
too.
it's
That's
great
awesome.
that he's offering this, and they learn how to interact together and make decisions, and maybe we'll have some folks that want to run for office someday.
Right, exactly. Yeah. To cultivate the leaders of tomorrow is what they're doing, showing them how the city government works, and that's awesome.
Exactly. So there was a big art show that you got to go to. Tell us about it.
Yes, Ann Strand, local artist who is just, first of all, she is one of the most wonderful people you'll ever meet, just as sweet as the day is long. She had what is most likely her last art show. What was amazing was not only the huge crowd that showed up for the show, this was this past Saturday night, but the sheer number of pieces that she had showing, and of course for sale. And the work is absolutely stunning. But to see so many people out to come and honor Ann Strand and to see the retrospective of her life, that in the center is one of her very first paintings. And then also on display were some of her most recent paintings. So it was literally paintings and works from the beginning of her career up to now. And it was amazing. Trey Taylor helped set it up. He curated it. Prod Forney helped. There's Patty Siegel. She was there. It was just an amazing night with some really good, wonderful people and a huge crowd. You would be I was really pleased to see how many people came out, and it was at the Harmony Club too, by the way.
Time.
Yes, a quilt in time. She takes quilts and uses old quilts that people have discarded and turns them into works of art. And it's amazing. Some of it is obviously, she has some that are paintings, just paintings. Then she also does the quilt, and it's stunning. It's amazing. It's at the Harmony Club, and I think she's showing through this week. So it's amazing stuff.
And then she'll have another show in Greensboro.
Right. She's got one coming up in Greensboro. That hasn't been, I think the times are still kind of in the air, but we're going to let you know as soon as that comes up, because if you get a chance to go see her works, you really need to do that. You know, it's good stuff. And another thing too, is it's bringing positive attention to this area that we need to show that there is actually talent in this area that people overlook, and do not overlook this talent. Yeah. And don't forget too, Ann Strand had the daughter, AC Reeves, who is an artist at the Five and Dime, and AC's daughter, what's her daughter's name?
Ann Smith?
Yeah, that's it. You're right. Is also an artist, and they're getting national recognition, and so that's some fantastic stuff coming right here out of Dallas County. So congratulations to them. But thank you, Ann, for so many years of beautiful work and showing it like she did. It was wonderful.
So we have a lot of Christmas stuff coming up. Now that we're done with Thanksgiving, let's look forward. Christmas on the River is next week.
Christmas on the River next week.
Yes. Thursday, and we'll have a story up soon. We have one story up at least that has.
Yeah, I got one that'll be coming later on today, as a matter of fact. And then and it's the actual day parade will be the 7th, which is Saturday. And then the night parade is that evening. And, of course, there's Art in the Park goes on between the day parade and the night parade. So there's all kind of festivities in Demopolis coming up. It's a big week. There's actually a week-long celebration. And all that's online, too, by the way. You can go to Facebook and
Selma
go to the Chamber of Commerce website and get it. So.
Their parade is December 8th on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And that's exciting. So I have a story of Christmas. Let's see. I have a Christmas listing.
Oh, yeah. Christmas events.
The Falcon Keep.
Christmas events. I have it in West's Black Belt News Network right here. Here he is, right here. Christmas events in the Black Belt. I have been adding to this nonstop, so you can scroll through it and pull your calendar out and make sure that you can make all throughout the Black Belt. Here's Wilcox Area Chamber of Commerce that has Christmas in Camden, December 5th. I mean, this stuff is coming up. I'm so excited.
Thursday, I believe that is, isn't it? Yeah.
So yeah, let's let me see. Okay, so we have that, and then we have our Black Belt Roundup.
Yeah.
Tell us some more about the events that you have coming up.
Yeah, we got a couple of good outdoor events coming up. One of them is going to be tomorrow down in Pineapple. It's Hunter Appreciation Day, and they'll have, vendors and a number of different events and food and car show. They'll have a car show down there too. So if you have an antique or a classic or an interesting car, take it down there. I figure I'm gonna go down there. I want to go see the not only the car show, but I want to see all the Hunter stuff. But if you enter an antique car in the car show, you get a really good parking place. So
yeah, it's
a fun doing it that. But also coming up on the 12th is the second annual Doe Rodeo in Bragg, Alabama at Cornwallis, historic Cornwallis. And Dent Bell said, "Oh, give them my phone number if they need information." And
there's a story up on that at blackbeltnewsnetwork.com.
Yeah, and we're going to have more about that as well. Demp's phone number should be up there, but go check that out. And you can also put in historiccornwallis.com to get more information. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm hoping I'm going to be live down there too. So that's coming up on 12th. Ma'am?
tonight, the Southside Panthers
Oh
are
yeah, that's
still
right.
in the football playoffs, and they have another round that they made it to. They play tonight at 7 in Dothan against Houston Academy.
Oh
So
wow.
that's
Okay,
really exciting
congratulations.
to follow them. They have
Yeah.
several 4-star players on their team
Wow.
who are being heavily recruited. Auburn has grabbed 2 of those players, the twins, Derek and Eric.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah,
go,
yeah. You told us
yes,
about
I
that.
have a
That's
couple of
awesome.
stories up about them, so
Yeah,
go check them out. Shop Local is tomorrow.
that's right. It is what they call it, Shop at Home Saturday.
Small Business Saturday.
Small Business Saturday, yeah.
And it's really great idea to shop local,
Well,
especially
small
during Black Friday.
businesses are the backbone of the country, let alone our local economy. So they support the local economy and always try to shop small business local first.
Always.
Yeah.
We have, I want to mention really quick that we are looking for folks that want to be our community correspondents. And we do pay for you to come go to attend events and take videos, photos for us, because we are always looking for as many people as we can to help us spread our wings. And we've got quite a few community correspondents now that work with us. And it's really fun because it gives us stories we wouldn't think to have. So, and because you're attending things, so send us your resume and your news to news@blackbeltnewsnetwork.com. That is a great way for us to all work together.
Yeah, and it also helps us to cover more stories,
right?
Because there's 2 of us, and there's a couple of correspondents already. So the more correspondents, the more information you get, because we have more to post. So please help us out.
And also, we have a new outdoors, Black Belt Outdoors. So follow us on Facebook. And now that we're in the hunting season, share your photos and your videos with us and your information about what I need to do an update on this screen grab, because we have some really great pictures of bucks that have already been been harvested so far. And it's really exciting because this is a really big time of year for the Black Belt and our ecotourism.
And I've had a couple of folks tell me they're about to send me some more pictures, so there'll be some new ones posted soon. And we got something else we're going to post on Black Belt Outdoors, but
camping in the Black Belt.
Yeah, I can't wait to get that out.
Yes, so fun. We have been going to campsites in the Black Belt and videoing kind of the cool parts about being there. What information you need to know about it, and then how much fun we have. We go fishing, we go hiking, we cook out. So our first one should be posting tomorrow out of Grist Park in Dallas County.
Yeah.
And that was our first one, I think. Wasn't it our first
It was
one?
the first, yeah. We went Grist,
that was last spring.
And down to Roland Cooper. So they'll be posted in those orders.
Roland Cooper was really fun. That one has a house. I got to stay in a cabin.
Yeah.
So we have that one. We also have Fescue Park, which is in Demopolis.
Yeah, and they got a beautiful facility there, and they also have coming up soon a car show. So we're going to talk about that later on.
Ooh, yeah. I'm excited about that. So yeah, that is one thing that we have coming up, and that's the part of our Black Belt Outdoors.
Yeah.
I also want to remind you that we can now take donations. This is kind of exciting that it's a new thing for us. We've been getting a lot of grants lately because people are loving what we're doing and saying, let's keep doing it. And we want to help. We want to help financially to be able to continue to do what we're doing. We can take donations at blackbeltnewsnetwork.com. And here's a QR code just in case you got your phone handy. A lot of people watch us on their phones. Maybe this is a way for you to, and it's tax deductible. Here we are at the end of the year. Make a good size donation and you can write it off.
Right. Yeah.
And this is a kind of a new way that we're trying to sustain what we're doing. And we're really excited about it, actually. And we always thank our sponsors.
Thank you, Mr. Miller.
Yes, Randall Miller Funeral Service, and they have such great service there, and also a way that You can plan your funerals ahead of time. They call it pre-planning, which is a real gift that you can give your family. And here we are at Thanksgiving, and that's something the family can be thankful for, is a thoughtful final gift. Let them know, and they will meet with you and help you. Call them 334-874-9081. And you can be a sponsor too. That's the other thing we always encourage, let other folks know that we are here and can get the word out about what they're working on.
Yeah.
And also follow us. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, we're everywhere. We're also on Blue Sky now. I'll have to add that. So we're on Twitter and we're on Blue Sky. So we're kind of everywhere trying to experiment with our audience. So yeah, I think that hits everything. What do you think?
Trying looking at my list. I think we've covered everything that up to now. Yeah, I think that's it for now.
So when we see you next week, it'll be December.
That's right. And
I know, it's
we'll
crazy.
have more great stuff. More Christmas stuff too, probably.
We will see you guys in a week, and send us stories and keep checking us out at blackbeltnewsnetwork.com. We'll see you next week.
See you next week.